Oh no, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. She broke up with Jack. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a soap opera, Jimmy. That's why I like. So like we like this. We like him. He's been to our house several times. He's like 10'2", but you know. Wow. Yeah. He's a nice guy.
Good evening. Did you hear that? There's people here. We're not used to that. That's pretty cool. A big reason that there's people here tonight is because of Miss Grebe right there. She has worked really, really hard. Give her a round of applause, please. The amount of work that she has put in to make this space ready for audiences and to do it safely has been tremendous. Putting all this tape and then switching it all for 3-person and then now 2-person groups and then whatever. It's really been a lot of work and a lot of research and a lot of time. And we're only able to do this because of her work. So thank you so much, Rebecca. We really appreciate it. I got a couple other thank yous before we start. Another is Ben Goodman and his awesome crew at Saline Live that are live streaming this for us tonight. Thank you so much for being here and for doing it. Jazz bassist Paul Keller did a clinic with us last week. It was super short, but boy, it was a lot of interesting and wonderful information packed into that little bit of time. So I want to thank Paul for his time with us. And then our Saline High School administration for all their support this year, giving us the green light to do events like this and to make things like this happen, and giving us the resources and the everything we need to do it safely. And we really appreciate them trusting us to do this. And that is very, very much appreciated. And we're glad we're going to be able to play tonight. And a lot of it has to do with their support. So tonight is kind of an unusual night. We're going to be combining 3 different things together that don't normally go together, right? Some of it is concert. Some of it is MSBOA Jazz Festival, which we'll talk more about in a second. And then some of it's kind of an open rehearsal. So we're kind of like putting all 3 of these things that don't normally go together on a stage. We're going to try to put them together. So with that in mind, we're going to start with a little warm-up tune. This is a tune just to get us getting. We start with a tune like this every morning at 7 o'clock. We're like 12 hours later than we normally play. And so this is a tune called Take Your Time, and our soloist on this is Christian Manahar on tenor saxophone. You're going to hear him a lot tonight. So you are witnessing history in the Saline High School band program. In, I don't know, somewhere between 75 or 100 years that the band program has existed in Saline, we've never done MSBOA Jazz Band Festival. This is our first time. Part of the reason is most years it falls right at spring break or just after spring break, so it's never really worked out well in our timing. This year, because the entire festival is virtual, we get to do it. So this is kind of fun. So we are being recorded tonight. Our next two tunes we're going to do back to back. We're going to submit 2 tunes to the state to be evaluated. So they will be, 2 recordings of these next 2 will be sent, and they'll be adjudicated, and then we will receive a rating and comments for improvement, very much like the Solo Ensemble Festival works and the normal Band Yorkshire Festival that we participate in every other year. And then at some point, there's a clinic. We're not sure how that's going to work. It's obviously going to be virtual. We'll get more information on that later. It might be a video that I share, or we might try to set up another time to meet and they Skype. I don't know how it's going to work. We're still working on that. But the 2 tunes we're going to play a tune by Doug Beach called Cut to the Chase, and then we're going to play a jazz standard Goodbye Pork Pie Hat by Charles Mingus, and again, we're going to feature Christian Manahar on that. All right? So without any further ado, I would like to ask that for these 2, I think we're okay to do applause in between, but we're going to play the first tune. Go ahead and applaud, but I'm not going to say anything, and then we're going to go right into the next tune, because these 2 will go next to each other in our submission. So, thank you. Thank you. Mr. Thomas, are we good? Mr. Thompson, I'm sorry. All set? Great. Do we need to do anything else there? Is that all we need for that? Awesome. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you being here and recording that for us tonight. Wonderful. How about another hand for those two tunes? I did such a great job on that. So moving on, we would like to present another jazz standard for you. This is a tune called On Green Dolphin Street, and it was rehearsed and led by our student teacher from the University of Michigan, Mr. Jonathan Thomas. And we're going to feature alto saxophonist Thomas Williams and tenor saxophonist Caroline Pangilinan. Let's give all three of them a big round of applause. Take just a moment and recognize our seniors tonight. We're getting close to that time of year, believe it or not, and we really need to take the time to recognize these people. As you can hear, a lot of jazz is still happening here at 7 o'clock in the morning, 2 days a week, and it's amazing that, number one, we have this many students that are wanting to get up and play jazz that early in the morning. Number two, that they were able to maintain the standard and the level of playing that they have been in this really strange year. And we have to put so much of that on our seniors, right? They are the ones that made that happen this year, and I can't thank them enough in all of the groups, but especially in the jazz band, because what you're hearing is like, what, 15, 20 rehearsals, maybe of a half an hour, somewhere in that range, and it could not happen without these folks. So I'm going to take a minute and ask them to stand, if you can hear me. Can you hear okay from here, back there? So if you would stand, I think we should give applause to each one when they stand up. We didn't get enough of this year, so here we go. Taya Hazratwala, clarinet. Isaiah Zabrowski, clarinet. Ava Hazratwala, alto saxophone. Joel Height, stand first. Go ahead, clap for him. Get this, Barry saxophone and bass trombone. You hearing all that really low stuff? Right there. Give him another round of applause, please. Thank you. Been playing bass trombone, what, 6 months? No, a year? Yeah, a year, yeah, not very long. Anyway, better than me, and he's been playing for like a year and a half. Tyler Mitten, trumpet. Noah Sosha, trumpet. Zach Bennis, trombone. Simon Cawley, trombone. James Franklin, trombone. Alex Healy on the bass. Nathaniel Ma on drums. He's going to have to step out. Come on out. Come on out. Here we go. And we didn't make the announcement because it was in the festival tunes, but how about those drum solos in the first Cut to the Chase tune? Nice job. Really nice job. And John Lancaster. Come on out, John. And John was ripping all those solos in the first tune that we did, the Take Your Time. You're going to hear more of him soloing in a little bit. So can we have all the seniors stand? Can we give them one round of applause all together, please? These are amazing people, and I know you're proud of them, and you should be, and we are too. And going to miss them a lot. We have more time to talk about that, so I'm not going to go there yet, but they are very, very special people and have done a lot around this place in a very, very difficult year. Our next tune, we're going to do another jazz standard. So this is a tune called Until I Met You. It's by Freddie Green and Don Wolfe, and we're going to feature some different soloists this time. We're going to have Andrew Height on trumpet, Caroline Pangilinan on tenor saxophone, and Derek Bingham on the piano. Okay, so I need to kill just a little bit more time before this next tune because it's a whopper, and we need our trumpet players especially to rest for just a second. So, upcoming Saturday, we actually got a gig. I didn't think we'd have any gigs this year. Normally, we play 6 or 7 times in the community at various different things. We got to play out in the Commons once for the school, and then we were overjoyed when we got asked to play at an event this Saturday. So we actually get to play out in public, which we're very excited about. We're going to be performing at the Saline Foundation Drive-In from approximately 7 to 8 or 8:15 on Saturday night, this coming Saturday. I'll be sending out a whole bunch more information to the email loop tomorrow or the next day with specific information about parking and all that kind of stuff. We are in need of one more transport vehicle. So I can get most of this stuff in my van, but if we had one more van or one more pickup, if somebody was available and willing to help out late that afternoon on Saturday to help us get some equipment over to Travis Point where we'll be performing, please contact me and let me know if you're willing to help in that way. I think we could do it with 2. Also, I sent out a link earlier today from the foundation that if you would like to purchase tickets to show up at that event, it's going to be a movie. I think it's Ford versus Ferrari. There's food, lots of other events. We're playing, stuff's going on. So it's a great community event, and if you're interested, the link should be in an email you received earlier. So our next tune is a big one, as I mentioned. This is Malagueño by Ernesto Lacona. And this is the part of the show where we kind of transition into a little bit more of an open rehearsal. So we've been working on this really hard for a while, and normally we would work on it a little more before we actually pull it out and play it in front of people. But we want to play it, and we don't have many more chances to play it, so we're going to play it for you, all right? There might be some rough around the edges moments, but that's okay. That's what makes it special, right? So this is a really, really great tune, and we're going to play it for you no matter what happens. So it's really fun, challenging tune. We hope you enjoy it. Malagueña. Well, you can see why I wanted to play it, right? It's pretty fun. We got most of it, probably. If you have a trumpet player in your family, would you prepare a lip ice bath for later tonight? I think we're going to need to cool down a little bit from that one. So thank you. That was fun. We'll keep working on it a little bit, and maybe we'll do it Saturday. We'll see. So our last tune, again, is kind of a little peek into a rehearsal. One of the things we did not have time to do nearly as much this year, just from rehearsing twice a week for half an hour, is the improvisation. So students that have been studying and practicing that on their own have been able to really go with that, but as a group, we try to do that a lot in a normal year and try to push that idea of how do I create music on the spot without necessarily practicing it ahead of time, right? Actually improvising over changes. So one of the tunes we use to practice that with is fun. It's called Hot Java Jump. It's a B-flat blues tune, which means it lays pretty easily on most of our instruments. So we're going to play that for you. And this is something we would often do at the end of rehearsal. And we liken this to learning how to swim, right? There's one way to learn how to swim, which is eventually you got to get in the pool, right? Otherwise, you're not going to learn to swim. Improvising is exactly the same way. So we don't know who's going to solo on this until we get started. Right? Hopefully you'll hear a whole bunch of new people. Some of them might be amazing. Some of them might, okay, it doesn't matter. None of that matters. What matters is that we give it a shot and we have fun doing it. And we want to be extremely encouraging to them right now. Maybe they'll be inspired to try it. Here we go. Let's give them a big round of applause first. In jazz, there are no wrong notes. Some choices work a little better than others. That's it. Right? There's no such thing as wrong notes. With that in mind, here is Hot Java Jump. John Lancaster on the drums. Stand up back there for us. Very nice. Hey, if you just soloed, will you stand up? All the soloists. All right. That takes guts. Nice job. Thank you. So we got to play for an hour and 15 minutes on Saturday. So if you were like this close, you get another shot because we have a lot of time to fill, right? So you get another chance to try some of those solos. Proud of you, right? It's fun, isn't it? Especially when people react to how you play. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, just got to get a little push sometimes, that's all. Thank you so much for being here tonight and for sharing this with us. We're looking forward to a whole bunch of music department events in here over the next month. We have the concert bands and the choirs and the orchestras, and it's just so nice to be back in this beautiful space making music again. How about another quick thank you to Miss Rebecca Grebe back there. Thank you. And I think she might have some announcements for us, but before we do, can you all stand? And can we give them one more big round of applause? So proud of these guys. Saline High School Jazz Band. Get out here, drummers. Get out here, drummers. Here we go. Cool. Miss Grebe, are there any instructions for our departure? Love it. Thank you. Have a great night and see you more this spring.